I really believe in myself, and I really think I can get past this guy and continue to make motion for myself and grow my name and continue to win fights. But I think I'll go in there and I can finish him, and I probably will.
This is Guardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. I have a guest that's zooming in. We're going to get him introduced and find out what he has going on. Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me.
So if someone hasn't met you before, what's your name? And then you have a really cool event coming up, and we're going to learn all about it. So
I do. My name is Sean King. I'm a fighter, up and coming fighter out of New Orleans, Louisiana. I train at Mid City MMA with the likes of Ton Lee, who was a ONE FC world champion. That is one of my coaches, and a bunch of other killers that will also be competing on this Fury 106 card July 18th at the Alario Center. I'm looking forward to fight for Fury, a great promotion, great step up in competition, and overall just a solid promotion to really get my name out there and grow my brand and show my skills and try to make it to the next level.
this Fury has a lot of cards in Texas. I mean, and then the UFC is going to be in town the next day.
Yeah.
What does it mean to have a promotion like Fury come out there and let y'all show y'all's talent, what y'all got going out there in New Orleans?
I think it's badass. I really do. I think that whole week is just going to be, you're going to be feeling the energy all week, with the UFC in there and then with multiple other guys fighting on the Fury card. I expect this event to be packed. I'm sure some big names are going to be there, so it'll be cool to fight in front of these people. But yeah, it means a lot that they want to come out here and get our guys and show our scene of things. And hopefully, hey, we put on a good show. Hopefully, they come out to New Orleans more often.
If someone hasn't seen you fight before, how would you describe your style?
My style is I'm gonna entertain. I'm definitely gonna entertain. I'm definitely gonna put on the show. I'm not a born fighter. I always try to get the finish, and I think every one of my fights speaks for themselves. I'm finishing people. I only had one fight go to decision, and yeah, I'm flowing out there, man. I'm having fun, and I'm making it look fun.
And you have some teammates that are fighting on the card as well?
I do. I have four other teammates. I actually have a teammate fighting for the amateur 170 belt, and I have another teammate who is the main event against one of their guys, my boy Junior, and along with my boy Kendon, who's looking to go 3-0, and my boy Jared, who is one of our flyweights. He's looking to go 4-1. So yeah.
What's it like with everybody kind of in camp together to put on for the city out there? What's the atmosphere like there? Been at the gym, the energy?
It's been up there. We actually had some fights this past weekend, so like everybody's been in camp. So we had like 4 or 5 guys fight this weekend. So it's the gym has been balls to the wall. Everybody's in there. 20 guys on a Matt Stern MMA practice, and we're all getting it, and we're all going through the same emotions. We're all a little banged up. We're all a little hungry. We all just want to get in there and get after it. So it's the energy's up there, the vibe's up there, but I love doing it with everybody. When you're doing it alone, it's still fun. Don't get me wrong, but when you got the whole team and your brothers by your side, it really makes it more fun to go to war.
Yeah, it seems like here recently, the past 2 months, there's been Louisiana card after Louisiana card putting on some awesome fights. We got to go out there not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and we were honestly surprised. Clear Life it's like, because we hadn't had a chance to see Louisiana MMA before, and it was impressive, the energy that was in the building.
It's definitely growing. It's definitely growing over the years. It's definitely getting more popular. I would say that.
Yeah. Man. So if somebody hasn't been to an MMA event before and you're kind of trying to sell them, like, what's the experience like getting in the building?
The experience at an MMA event is it's very different. It's like once you go to one, you want to go to many more. Once you walk in there and see the cage and see the lights, that's when you really like look around. You're like, oh, these people are about to fight in here. Like, oh my God, I want to see it right now. So like, once you walk in there and see the cage, and see the lights, you see these fighters coming out doing their thing. It's a very exciting feeling, and you want to see more of it. So if you haven't been, I would suggest you to go. And yeah, like me personally, I'm fighting that Friday. I'm also attending a UFC fight Saturday night, and I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun.
Tell me about your opponent. Do you know anything about him? What are your
So I'm
thoughts?
fighting Christian Hightower. He's out of Oklahoma. Seen a few of his fights. Didn't really get much on him. He's a Muay Thai guy from what I've seen. Started out doing Muay Thai. I respect what he has to bring to the table. I do think I'm better overall. That's just the way I feel. The people I surround myself with, my teammates, just everything I have going for myself. I really believe in myself, and I really think I can get past this guy and continue to make motion for myself and grow my name and continue to win fights. But I think I'll go in there and I can finish him, and I probably will. So yeah.
Is that always a goal for you to get the finish or just win by any means, or what is it?
It's win by any means. It's definitely win by any means, but a finish just is icing on a cake. And who doesn't want to finish?
Right. You see these contender series matches and there's guys that do win, but the dudes who get and girls that get that contract for sure, they go in there and leave it all in the cage or trying to get the finish. And sometimes you'll see two fighters in there, and I mean they may both get a contract if they are leaving it all out there. So we'll
Yeah.
just
So like I was saying, I'm only a 1-0 pro. Obviously fighting for Fury, they will get you to that next level. I do have a 4-fight deal with them, so I'm looking to win all 4 of these fights. Obviously, who's not? So I'm looking to win all 4 of these fights, and then we'll talk about getting me to that next level. But yeah, for sure, definitely gonna leave it in there every fight. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll do this every day. I live and breathe this, so I have no choice but to go in there and leave it all in there.
mm-hmm. What are the goals that you have, long term for this? I know you got a 4-fight deal. Obviously, you want to win all the fights, but where do you see yourself going with this?
I see myself being in the UFC and being a world champion. I really do. I'm 21 years old now. I want to be in the UFC by the time I'm 24, and I want to be a world champ by the time I'm 30. So that's my long-term goals. I want to be done by the time I'm 35. I want to get in, do my business, do what I have to do. Just keep scratching names off the list and making history and building my future. And yeah.
Do you see Fury as a vehicle to help you get to that next level?
For sure. That's why I'm with them. That's why I'm signed this 4-fight deal. I could still be fighting for these local promotions, but Fury obviously can definitely do it. So that's why I'm with Fury, and that's why I trust them. And once I go in there and show out, they'll see what I have to bring to the table, and will get me to the next level.
So you're 21 right now. How old were you when you started fighting? What kind of drew you towards it?
So I wrestled, vast majority of my life. I wrestled. I started out when I was like, I don't know, 6, 7, and then I quit for a little while. Then I picked it back up in middle school. So I wrestled throughout high school. Ended up getting a state title out here in Louisiana. Then I wrestled in. Actually, no, I picked up a state title, and then I always knew I wanted to fight. So I ended up doing 4 amateur fights. And then I was like, you know what? I want to go back to college. I want to continue to wrestle. So I went to college for a year up in Chicago. And then once I went back to school, I was like, what am I doing? I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do this. Like, this is why I wanted to hurry up and finish high school. So I ended up doing my year out there of junior college wrestling. Coming back down here, I did 2 more amateur fights, and I recently made my pro debut back in April, and here we are now. I'm on the verge of my second pro fight, and I just always knew I wanted to fight. Being a young teenager, wrestling growing up really brought that road out.
Right. With your amateur fights, were those mainly in Louisiana, or did you have the opportunity to go different places or different
Yeah, they,
states?
they were all in Louisiana. They were
Yeah.
all in Louisiana.
Cool. So was that first pro fight? Was that in Louisiana as well, or was it?
It was, yeah. It was like an hour away from here. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I know that Fury has a lot of opportunities in Houston, and I mean it's
Yeah.
not that far. We even talk to people that come and cross train in Houston, for the weekend from, Louisiana. But I'm guessing, wrestling in college and wrestling in high school, there's probably a lot of traveling. So
It
even
is.
if you had to, you'd be used to that competition on the road or making weight on the road and some of those things.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I like doing that. A little business trip. Take a little 5-hour drive. A little hour plane ride to Houston, go in there, cash the check, and get out. So I don't mind it.
That's awesome. Hey, outside of fighting and training, do you have time for anything else? And what do you like doing?
Hanging out with friends and family. Yeah, I like hanging out with the friends. Riding 4 wheels, hunting, living life, making memories.
Yeah,
But most of my free times mostly with friends,
yeah.
finding something to do.
When I think of Louisiana, one of my favorite shows, I would say this is probably like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, was Swamp People. And I think about that, people going alligator hunting and like out in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere,
Well,
Louisiana. Have you ever done anything like that or like to hunt?
Yeah, yeah. I've done all of that. Done all of that.
Yeah, how is that? Is it as fun as it looks? I know it's probably different how they make it
Yeah,
look
it
on TV.
is. It's all as fun as it looks. I love going hunting with my buddies. I actually got a deer on my wall that I shot him. I used to live in Booty, Louisiana, which I'm sure you don't know where it is, but it's literally like flooded woods. And I literally walked in my backyard 100 feet and shot my first buck in the woods back there. So I have that on my wall. I shot my first ducks out there as well. I have those on my wall. So where I used to live, it was a lot of country stuff and a lot of country living out there. So I definitely have my fair share of hunting out there.
That's awesome. I guess does any of that correlate to fighting?
Uh in ways I probably can't even think of right now, but
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is just like patience. I've personally never gone hunting. I have friends that do, but they're like, you're quiet and patience and taking
yeah,
the
that's probably
shot
the
and all
worst
that.
part. That's probably the worst part. Yeah, deer hunting, you really want to be quiet. Duck, not so much. You can talk, you can move around a little bit, but you still want to be on the low. But yeah, definitely patience. Yeah, can teach you that throughout fighting and
Yeah,
correlate with hunting.
awesome. Hey, is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you'd like to share?
Nah, man, I'm good. Just July 18th, Fury. I'm looking to put my name out there some more. This is all I do. This is all I think about. Just got home from the gym. I'm about to go off to the gym again. And yeah, I'm looking to put this dude away and put on a show for the people that are coming out there to watch me. I heard it's gonna be a packed event, so I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna get that place rowdy.
Thank you so much for making time today. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Guardy, right?
Yeah, Guardy.
Yes, sir.
Fury FC New Orleans, July 18th. You can watch on UFC Fight Pass. If you can't make it out, I got Sean King. He's going to be putting on a show, him and his teammates. Thank you, Sean. This is Guardy with Clear Life Media. Y'all be blessed.